We are coming up on 7:30 here on this Friday morning. Good morning to you at home. I'm Ann Wyatt Little.
It is a good morning here on this Friday. I'm Jason Harper. We've got meteorologist Ted Phaeton. We're all smiles.
Yeah.
One, because it's Friday. Two, it feels like fall. We've been ready for it since Monday, Ted.
Yeah, we've been ready for this.
Or May, that's true, since we've been in the 90s.
Yeah, once we were in the dog days of summer, I think we were looking ahead, like, when's fall going to come in? We had a little bit of a tease last week. This time, I think it's really arriving. Not saying we're done with the 90s, but at least for the foreseeable future, I'm not seeing anything in the way of excessive heat.
We will take it.
A pretty good weekend on tap. Even this morning, you're feeling a drastic difference if you're heading out and about. A live look around the Carolinas and around the country. New York top left, our nation's capital top right, and of course we have Monroe and the Queen City on your bottom left and right. Now, to getting out the door this morning, you're looking at over 20 degrees cooler for the mountain counties. 10 to 15 degrees cooler around the Queen City. That's how different this morning's temperatures are to yesterday's morning. Waking up now in the mid-50s to get your day underway. The cooler air funneling in from our mountain counties. Notice those 40s stretching up towards that I-40 corridor as the winds come in from the north for the most part. Easing up a little bit, but the wind gusts could still be upwards to 10 to 15 miles per hour. So a bit of a breezy start to your day. Dry conditions with those dew points now in the 40s, so that's giving us some of the relief so we don't feel as humid. And as you get the kids ready for the bus stop, one last check. You have those upper 50s to mid 50s to get your morning started. And then the kids coming home from school are going to be more in the way of the low 70s. So your high school football forecast tonight is looking pleasant, comfortable, clear, and cool. Kickoff 70 degrees, halftime mid 60s. And Saturday we kick off with the Walk to End Alzheimer's, 62 degrees, sunny and pleasant for Mooresville on Saturday morning. We'll take a look at the tropics update coming up here in the next few minutes. Guys?
All right, thank you, Ted. We start along I-77 where the interstate meets up with the Belk and Brookshire freeways. You're looking live at conditions there. DOT cameras show busy conditions, but traffic for the most part is moving. That one camera is just a little delayed there. No major issues to tell you about on 77 or 277. We do have one thing to warn you about on Highway 74 in Union County. A crash is being reported near Indian Trail Fairview Road that has westbound traffic jammed for about a mile right now. And in southwest Charlotte, a crash on Steel Creek Road just north of Westinghouse Boulevard is affecting both directions. Shopton Road West is also jammed with drivers trying to avoid Steel Creek Road. We'll get another check of your traffic here shortly.
Tonight, leaders at Carowinds are hoping for a calmer evening during the annual Scarowinds event.
Last Saturday, the park closed early as police swarmed the area. Now there's a new security policy in place.
Queen City News reporter Brett Baldick is live outside Carowinds to explain the policy and what parents should expect. Brett, good morning.
Good morning, Jason and Wyatt. Parents will no longer be able to simply just drop their kids off at Scarowinds and pick them up at a later time. Starting tonight, anyone 17 and younger will have to have an adult with them who is 21 years old and older, and they will be checking IDs at the front gate. Now, this was the scene last Saturday. Multiple CMPD officers arrived at the park and a police chopper flew overhead. There were false reports of someone with a gun, and CMPD leaders say unruly kids caused the mass confusion. Tonight, if an adult is serving as a chaperone, again, they have to show an ID and stay within the park at all times. One parent says this new policy may have her try visiting the park again with her family.
I might go and try it again, and if it get too crazy, I'm not gonna do it again.
Now, Carowinds has this full policy posted right on the front page of their website, and they says it will be in effect until further notice, and it is subject to change. Now, this is not the first time here in the Carolinas that a public place has put a policy like this in place. You may remember back in the spring, Concord Mills changed their policy that said anyone under the age of 18 had to be with an adult when they came to the mall on weekends. For now, reporting live outside Carowinds, Brett Baldick, Queen City News.
Thank you, Brett. Coming up on 7:35 now, a South Carolina judge will hear an appeal today from the family of Mallory Beach regarding the wrongful death lawsuit. Beach was killed in a boating accident in 2019. The Beach family is fighting for one civil trial regarding her death instead of two. Convenience store owner Greg Parker is accused of selling alcohol to Paul Murdaugh the night of the crash, who was underage. His trial is now set to begin October 10th. In a separate lawsuit, Beach's family and all of the other passengers on the boat that night are suing Alec Murdaugh, Buster Murdaugh, and Maggie Murdaugh's estate in connection with the crash.
Democrats pushing for reforms in campaign financing are reeling after the failure of a recent measure. Senate Republicans are blocking the dark money proposal. The bill would have mandated public information on sources of political donations bigger than $10,000. The goal was to see who's actually paying for political ads. Democrats want to restore election transparency, but Republicans say it could be used to shame conservative donors.
Instead of trying to clean up the border mess, the crime mess, or the inflation mess, my Democrat colleagues have decided it would be easier just to erode the American people's right to complain about it.
Because so many of the ills in our democracy are rooted in the primacy of dark money.
Senate Republicans are united in blocking passage of the proposal. 7:36 now on this Feel Good Friday, Ted.
Oh, yeah, it does feel good on this Friday. But we do need to talk about the tropics, because if it feels so good you're trying to head to the coast, I would advise you to be careful along the coast, because we do have strong rip currents and some erosion happening at the beach, all courtesy of Hurricane Fiona. 125-mile-per-hour winds moving north-northeast at 25 miles per hour, and it's just west of Bermuda. It's forecasted to keep its strength for quite some time. If you ask me, I'm kind of impressed. It's still holding on to Category 3 strength through Saturday morning before it makes landfall near Halifax in Canada, and of course dissipates into a remnant low pretty quickly after that. Not expecting any impacts close to home other than those rip currents that we see along the Carolinas coast. Taking a look at Tropical Depression 9, this is the system to watch right now because it's getting more organized. It's moving west at 13 miles per hour. It's going to curve north towards Cuba and impacting the western portion of the island, and that's going to be on Monday morning around 2 a.m. as a Category 1 storm. Now, there's not much land that it crosses, so it continues to intensify as it makes its way towards the west coast, the Gulf Coast of Florida. I'm thinking right now, for now, anywhere between Fort Myers and Naples could be seeing some significant impacts from the potential of a Category 2 storm come early next week or mid-portion through next week. Jackets, sunglasses, sunscreen, and water probably needed as we're in the 50s this morning close to home. Grab that cup of coffee. We'll take a look at that forecast and even a look at the Panthers forecast for Sunday coming up within the next 10 minutes. Guys?
All right, thanks, Ted. Queen City News is the official home of the Carolina Panthers. We're just a couple days away from the Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints at Bank of America Stadium Sunday. The Panthers are hoping to get their first win of the season. So far, the team's offense really hasn't started on a good note. They are having trouble staying on the field. Carolina only has 6 third-down conversions this season on 23 chances. That ranks 29th in the NFL. If you're planning to cheer on the Panthers this weekend, there's a new way for fans to get to the Queen City to see them in action. NC by Train is hosting special football trains to carry fans back and forth. Piedmont Train 73 is scheduled to arrive at 9:40 on Sunday morning and on all home game days. In all, there will be 6 football trains to transport fans. We will kick off your game day coverage with Black and Blue Kickoff Live right here at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, and then you can catch the game right here on Fox Charlotte.
7:38. Well, this kid knows his sports. Coming up after the break, we're going to speak to Bryson, a 5th grader going on 18 years old with a big passion for sports and his community. You don't want to miss this. Really good.
Okay, so do you have a favorite sport?
.741, you're looking at Bank of America Stadium. The sun is up this morning in the Queen City. Soccer, football games, all done here, nationally broadcast from almost every weekend in the fall at Bank of America Stadium. And one person who might find themselves one day in the broadcast booth, one day, is Bryson Best. That is Dr. J right there, but what you can't tell is the kid interviewing him. You may know him by his YouTube channel name, The Kid Knows Sports. He's got over 1,600 followers. He's interviewed legends like you just saw, Dr. J, and apparently he can play sports as well. So excited to have the one and only Bryson Best in our studio this morning. Bryson, what's up, man?
Nothing.
What do you think about seeing yourself on there? Is that crazy?
It's crazy.
Is it? Look, turn around right there.
Oh my gosh.
You look like you do that well. Yeah? Well, okay, let me start with this. You had a chance to interview Dr. J.
Yes.
What was that moment like for you?
It was amazing. I had to prepare myself for it.
Ooh, what did
And
you have to do to prepare?
I had to study them. I had
Yeah.
to just get ready, remember my questions.
What was your first question? That's always the most nerve-wracking time of an interview, right?
Yeah.
What's the first question? What did you ask him?
Who do you think is going to win the NBA championship this year?
Ooh, what did he
No,
say?
that was my
You remember what he said?
He said the Warriors.
Oh, that's probably a good pick. Do you remember his full name, Dr. J?
No.
He's got an interesting name. Yeah, Julius Irving. I'd go
Yes.
by Dr. J too, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So where did this love for sports? So like, have you always loved sports since you were I say a little kid, I mean, you're still
Yeah.
kind of a little kid, Bryson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are some of your favorite sports that are out there?
I like basketball, football, and soccer.
Oh, you like them all. Do you play all of those or some of those?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. You play all of them.
Yep.
But why don't we start talking football a little bit, all right? Because I know you're a big Panthers fan, right?
Yes.
Who's your favorite Panthers player? Do you have a favorite?
I like Christian McCaffrey.
Of course you like Christian McCaffrey, right? He's a receiver. No, wait, he's the quarterback.
No, he's
What
the
is he?
running back.
Well, okay, I'm testing you, Bryson, just making
Okay.
sure. All right, we're watching some footage from the Giants game. Who was your dad rooting for?
Of course he was.
Of course he was rooting for the
Giants.
Giants. He's a Giants fan, right? So what happened on Sunday to the Panthers?
We got beat, sadly.
Yeah, what's going on? What do you think happened? Like, what do we need to do better? What did you see go
Our
wrong?
offense and our defense needs more stops. We had Daniel Jones get that quick little run
Mm-hmm.
that we could have had a nice little punt return and tried to score or get a field goal.
Could
Tried to
have.
win the game.
Could have, but it didn't happen, did it?
Yeah.
And we lost by a field goal,
Yep.
which makes it really sting.
Yes.
Well, we're playing the Saints this weekend.
Yep.
I'm a little nervous.
No.
You're not
Yeah.
nervous?
No.
Why are you not nervous?
Because I know the Panthers are going to win. I
The
have
Panthers
faith
are
in
going to
them.
win. You have faith in them. There are some faithful Panthers fans still out there.
Yes.
What do you think they need to do? Is there one thing they need to do different this weekend?
They need to use their defense. That way we have a strong defense because defense wins championships.
Did you hear that, Coach Rule? Did you hear that right there? That's your message to Coach Matt Rule, isn't it?
Yes.
That's it. Strong defense wins championships right there. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some basketball because I know, as you are wearing, you clearly are a basketball fan.
Yes.
Nice socks, by the way. Way to go. What is it about the Hornets you like so much?
I like LaMelo Ball.
Oh, if there's one person that you could interview that you haven't interviewed yet, who is it?
LaMelo Ball.
It's LaMelo Ball. What is it? What's about his style of game? Why do you like him?
I just love his handles and how he's a team player.
You like that, huh? What would you ask him if you had a chance to sit down with him? Man, that would make me nervous. What would you ask him?
I don't know. I would be so nervous. I wouldn't even know what to ask
I
him.
would. Well, you got time, all right? You don't have to
Yeah.
do it today. You don't have to do it today. Are we going to have a good season?
Yes,
Really?
I'm telling
Are
you.
we going to make it to post? We're going to make it to postseason, you hope? Playoffs?
I hope. Playing for sure, but not post.
Play-in for sure, maybe not post. Okay, that's going on Bryson. That's what he's saying
Yeah.
right there. All right, we're going to keep fast forwarding. You said you like soccer. Let's talk a little Charlotte FC. Have you had the chance to go to a Charlotte FC game?
No, I have not.
Oh, how bad do you want to go?
watched Really, really bad.
Yeah, you want to go bad? I finally got the chance to go, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, people are screaming and banging on drums for like 90 minutes. Yeah, that'd be fun to go, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, would you like to maybe be an announcer one day? Or you just want to do interviews and talk about sports? Like, what do you want to do? Because you're a fifth grader, you got your own YouTube channel.
I might want to do TV, and I might want to be a professional sports player.
A professional, an athlete there?
Yes.
Maybe with one of these sports that you like to play?
Yep.
I'm curious, right now there's a big golf tournament going on in the city of Charlotte. You golf at all? Do you
No.
like golf?
No.
You know anything
I
about
like
golf?
Topgolf.
You like Topgolf? You like Topgolf and putt-putt?
No.
You don't like putt-putt, but you like Topgolf?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Do you happen to know, it's time for me to quiz you now, do you know what TV station is the home of the Carolina Panthers?
Fox 46.
Wow. Man, you came out of the gate strong on that one, Bryson. Listen, you're supposed to be in class right now. Aren't you taking quizzes?
Yes.
Where do you go to school?
Charlotte Country Day.
Yeah, you want to say hey to any of your friends or teachers or principal?
Hello, everybody.
What's up, guys? Can I ask, like, how you first got into doing videos and YouTube and all that? How did you get into this?
So I really like sports since I was a little kid. I
Okay.
always used to tell my dad certain facts, and he was like, "You really do love sports, don't you?" And then we all kind of came up with this idea about starting a YouTube channel, and I felt like it was a great idea. I started YouTubing when I
Yeah.
was like 8 or 7.
Ooh, that was a long time ago, like 3 or
Yes.
4 years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
you made these masks during COVID that you were selling to
Yes,
people.
COVID kits.
Yeah, COVID kits, and also you're an author.
Yes.
You wrote a book
Touchdown time.
about football.
Yes.
What else are you going to do in 5th grade? I mean, you've done just about everything.
We'll see.
What do you want to do? We'll see, won't we?
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, well, listen, can we have you back when you're in 6th grade and then 7th grade and just kind of follow you every year? And maybe when we have some big sports news, we can have you back on, maybe with Will or something like that on our sports department. We can talk more
Okay.
sports.
Okay.
Is that a deal?
Yeah.
And you might have to miss more school. Is that going to be all right?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, that's great. Bryson, by the way, has got the coolest last name, Best. Turn around real fast. Let me see the back of your jersey. I mean, he's the best. Like, that's the best name you could ever have when you're a sports guy. Give me 5. Bryson, this kid knows sports, and he's going places. Track him down on YouTube. You can follow him on Instagram and other social media. We're going to have you back. We're going to get you your own parking spot.
Okay, thank you.
You don't even drive. But he's going to take it anyway. Listen, thanks for coming in. I think we're going to take a break. I totally lost count what we're even doing. Why don't we go to Ted? You want to do some weather, Ted? You got to follow Bryson.
See, that's a hard act to follow. That's not fair to me. I thought we were going to break, but I guess we're taking a live look over our South Park neighborhood. Really quick, Bryson, do you have a prediction for the score of this weekend's game? Yeah, what do you think it's going to be this Sunday? He says 21.
To 10.
21 to 10.
Panthers, right?
Yes.
I like it. He's calling 21 to 10. I think what we agree on is 21 points on the board for the Carolina Panthers because I'm calling 21-17. I guess I'm a little generous to the Saints, giving them 7 more points than Bryson. Low 80s for kickoff on Sunday with that 1 o'clock kickoff at Bank of America Stadium. So we're in for a treat come on Sunday. A live look over Bank of America Stadium where we see those temperatures in the mid-50s, winds out of the north. That's why you might see a little bit of a shake in the camera. Taking a look at those temperatures coming in from the north, the cooler air, that's where we see more of the 40s, where we're still holding on to those mid-50s around the Queen City. Overall, we're going to continue to warm up for the first full day of fall, getting into the upper 60s for lunchtime, mid-70s as we head into the afternoon. A pleasant afternoon as I think we peak right around 75 degrees. We're going to be limited to the mid to upper 60s towards Boone and Jefferson. Zooming out, that cool air really taking over the Ohio Valley region, coming down into Nashville, Tennessee, and even further. Still holding on to the upper 70s for Atlanta, 90s back towards Oklahoma City, Dallas, and Houston, even down towards Orlando and Miami in the low 90s. So we have that broad area of high pressure giving us the wind out of the north. Some breezy conditions still impacting us, what the sunny skies all across the deep south. The good news is we stay sunny, we stay clear, and even further heading into the afternoon, we're going to be nice and comfortable too. So we peak in the mid 70s with sunny skies, and overnight lows dip back down into the low 50s tonight. And then heading into Saturday morning, a cool, refreshing start to the day with partly cloudy skies. And then we warm up into the upper 70s, so slightly warmer heading into your Saturday. And then Sunday starts off in the 60s, so it's a little bit of a warmer and more mild start to your day. And then we have those partly cloudy skies that does lead to a slight chance of rain late Sunday into your Monday. So I'm only going with about a 30% chance. Overnight lows tonight in the 50s. We go from the low 80s back into the low 80s and upper 70s as we have this this fall-like pattern take hold all through next week. You're watching Carolina's own Queen City News Now, the most news in the Carolinas. We'll be right back. Whoop, whoop.
Man, that was good. That was really good. All right, I'm going to get out of the way. We're going to have you look at the camera.
Okay.
I'm going to count you down 3, 2, 1, and you're going to say that to the camera.
Okay.
Think you can do it?
Yep.
You remember you need to look one more time? You got it?
Yes.
Say your name. You got that part.
Yep.
You're watching Home of the Panthers, Queen City News.
All right.
You got this. You got. Hang on one second. I'm being told when to go, and then I'll count you down.
Okay.
Ready, Bryson?
Yes.
Let's try this. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Bryson Best, and this is the home of the Panthers, Queen City News.
Hey, Jason, put the prompter for him. I got him.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Let's do it official.
Here, we're gonna make it official. You're gonna be able to look right in here and read.
Oh, okay.
Get ready?
helpful, yeah.
Boom. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm Bryson Best, and you're watching the home of the Panthers, Queen City News.
Does he need to do a little something or?
Yeah, maybe at the end you wanna do a little,
something.
Oh, okay.
Do some hands or.
do a whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
or go Panthers or something like that. Maybe go Panthers or something like that.
Okay.
All right, one more time. Ready? 3,
Yeah.
2,
Energy.
1.
I'm Bryson Best, and you're watching the home of the Panthers, Queen City News.
Okay! You crushed it, man. Oh, Bryson, that was great.
We are back at 7:54. Queen City News brings you the top stories of the day, and here's what you need to know before you head out the door. Former President Donald Trump is visiting eastern North Carolina today. He'll be in Wilmington. to support U.S. Senate candidate Ted Budd. Budd is facing Democratic candidate Sherry Beasley for the open U.S. Senate seat. Queen City News will have a crew in Wilmington, and we'll let you know what comes out of the rally and bring you live reports starting this afternoon. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police leaders are holding a vigil today to remember the lives lost at the hands of violence. Today is the National Day of Remembrance for Murder Victims. The event will take place at the police department on Wilkinson Boulevard. It starts at 6:30. Starting tonight, anyone 17 and under must have an adult chaperone to get into Scarowinds. The decision comes after the amusement park blamed unruly kids for chaos last Saturday night. Now chaperones will have to show their photo ID at the park entrance. They cannot have more than 4 young guests with them. It is 7:55. We're going to squeeze in a quick break. We'll be right back.